Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. We're going to be working with my I am deck, and this deck is just full of positive affirmations, beautiful things that we can say in order to really set ourselves up for success in life today. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging out, for having some fun, for playing the games, and for really building into each other as we continue to work through this deck. So, what's going to happen today? I'm going to pull a card off the top of the stack, and I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. You're going to respond, "I am the affirmation," and then we're going to work through that together. So, let's have some fun today by pulling one and saying that today I am creative. I am creative. I design my life with beauty and intention. So I am creative. I design my life with beauty and intention. Are you creative? You are creative. You design your life with beauty and intention. And it's so important to actually say that stuff out loud. Once we say it out loud, we are putting it out into the world. We're saying it. We're declaring it. We are allowing other people to hear us when we say it. We are just putting that idea out there. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to really solidify that. I'm going to write it down into my chat. I'm going to say that I am creative. I design my life with beauty and intention. And I see you, Lauren. I see you, Shauna. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jelly. I see you here as well. All kinds of wonderful people who are here with the call this morning. So yeah, we are creative people. We design our lives with beauty and intention. And when I think about the three people who are on this stream right now, I think that each and every one of you has recently made an intentional choice, and each and every one of you is living in a way that's creative and in living in a way that is yours. So you are indeed creative. And it's so interesting. I recall that there was a time where I didn't really think that I was a creative person, where I thought that I was very much like an analytical person because I knew how to operate spreadsheets and I could, um, I was very slow and methodical in my thinking. And because I really didn't have all that much talent at, making visual stuff. And so I'd never considered myself a creative person. I never considered myself an artistic person. And one day I had need to make up some, do some graphic design. And I was married at the time to an artist. And she's like, well, why don't you just put these elements together and see what you can make? And so I started I learned some software that I still use today, and I started playing with this stuff, and I realized that creativity is play, that it wasn't about making it perfect. I was so caught up in making something perfect that I didn't even get started with making it at all because we, of course, never make things perfectly the first time that we try them. We always have to learn. We always have to make some dreck before we actually start making something that's passably good. Um, that's common for all types of creative work. The first time that I picked up a musical instrument, it sounded terrible. And now when I pick up a musical instrument, it sounds less terrible. And that's okay. It takes some time. As we are creating, it takes some time to learn how to do it. So I am creative today. You are creative as well. And this card it's really our permission slip. It's our permission slip to create a life that we love and to do the things which make us happy and to put elements of our lives together in new and exciting ways. So we have the ability to design our lives, and we have the ability to design our lives intentionally, and we have the ability to design our lives in such a way that we are surrounded by the things that inspire us. And so that's what I Am Creative is all about. It isn't about becoming an artist. although I believe that life itself is art, we are making ourselves day after day after day. And ultimately, when we look back at our lives, we'll recognize that the love that we poured into other people has created a masterpiece. That the creation that we have created all through the course of living, just the course of living, has been incredibly beneficial to other people, and that we have put beauty into the world that otherwise would not have existed. I think to myself, as I go through life, I think, well, what kind of a wake am I leaving? If you imagine a boat going through some still water, it leaves a wake in its path. And I think to myself, well, what kind of a wake am I leaving? What kind of ripples am I creating as I move through life? And my goal is to make sure that I am doing, or that I am creating beauty wherever I go. So I am creative today. You are creative too. I see that you're creative, Laurie. You're creative, Jelly. You're creative, Shauna. You are creative, Brenda Jean. I see you guys there, and I acknowledge your creativity. I acknowledge the fact that you are creating lives that are beautiful. So we're going to return to this card at 9 p.m. tonight, and we're going to consider how we created. And if you recall, we have a weekly card, and the weekly card today or this week is I am determined. We move intentionally toward our dreams. And what better way to move intentionally toward our dreams than to do it with creativity? So at 9 p.m. tonight, we will revisit the I Am Creative card. And I am really excited to see how it manifested in my life today. And I will ask you the question. I'll ask you once again if you're creative. And then I will also ask tonight, I'll ask you how this manifested in your life today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that happened. So until then, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It encourages me to keep doing these when I see you folks here on the broadcast and really building into each other. It really warms my heart. So thank you for being a part of this beautiful thing. And I will talk to you guys 9 p.m. this evening. Aloha from paradise.